Most people in crypto don't take profits until it's too late. They watch their portfolio go up in value, exploding in value, and then they ride it all the way back down. And the worst part, they tell themselves, this time is different. I know, because that was me. I did the same thing too, last cycle. Hey, this is Colin. I help beginners cut through all the hype and build real wealth in crypto with a conviction-based portfolio and a clear plan on when to buy and when to sell. Today, we're going to cover one of the main, biggest pain points in crypto: when to take profits. You hear it all the time, take profits, but how do you actually do it without regrets? I'll walk you through a simple strategy that removes all the guesswork, keeps your emotions in check, and helps secure your gains while also keeping a moon bag. Now, if you want my full detailed strategy, I've laid it all out for you in the Crypto Wealth Playbook. You can grab that playbook down below in the description. I got a link for that, or just go to cryptocolin.com. Let's get started here today, starting with the first point: why most people don't take profits until it's too late. See, most beginners go into it thinking, I'll just take profits, I'll just sell when Bitcoin gets to 100K. $100,000 Bitcoin, or Ethereum. When Ethereum hits $10,000, then I'll sell. Last cycle, that's exactly what you were hearing. You were hearing those exact figures. Bitcoin's going to 100K. Hold. Diamond hands. Just wait. It's going to 100K. Ethereum, that's going to $10,000. It's going, possibly 20K, but it's going to 10K for sure. But guess what? If you remember, Bitcoin, it never made 100K. ETH, no, it didn't hit 10K either. It stopped just shy of 5K, just shy of $5,000 for Ethereum. Those influencers, those are the ones that were hyping up those numbers. That's exactly what they were doing. Those were influencer-driven numbers with hype to keep you in, keep you holding, while the smart money exited crypto. Smart money was taking profits. They're selling, taking their profits, skimming their profits all the way up there while you are holding. Why? Because you're told. You're told to do so. You're told to keep on holding, diamond hands, while smart money influencers over here, they're unloading all their profits, getting ready because they understand, right? But beginners, you got left holding the bag. Hey, I was new too. I didn't know. I had to figure it all out myself. Nobody's telling me, other than telling me that, yeah, we're going to 100K Bitcoin, we're going to 10K Ethereum. So what did I do? The same thing as maybe you did too, if you're a big beginner last crypto cycle too. Or maybe you're a beginner now and you're hearing a lot of the same thing out there. Start to recognize it. Last crypto cycle, I was hearing things like this right at the end, okay? At the end of 2021, going into, and even the first part of 2022 was this: gaming tokens. That's the narrative, guys. Gaming tokens, they're going to be here. They're going to stay. They'll be here through the bear market, guys. Why? Because, you're going to get those gamers. They're going to grab their great pop. They're going to grab their bag of chips. They're going to sit back in their comfy chairs, their gaming chairs, and they're going to sit back and play video games all through the bear market. So therefore, these gaming tokens, they're here to last. They'll withstand the bear market because gamers, they're going to want them. I also went into layer ones, a lot of layer ones at the beginning. I was late to the game with those layer ones. I'm talking AVAX and Solana and Phantom and different things like this. The different ones that were coming out. That was the narrative. Those were the big ones, but everybody already made all their profits on that, right? But these are the ones that are going to hold strong. Keep on holding them. Yeah, that's why most people lose. They wait for those numbers that never come, influenced by hype and not signals. Next, number 2. This is the profit-taking ladder. The profit-taking ladder strategy. What you want to do is you want to sell in chunks. This is how you take profit without regret. Start taking profit in chunks. Instead of waiting for that magical number, ladder out, selling some chunks on the way up. What you're doing is you're actually selling into strength. is what you're doing. You're selling into strength, where most people want to sell in weakness. They want to sell when things are bad, and they want to buy in the strength. They think they're trading momentum or something like that. But they're actually doing the opposite of what you should be doing. You should be selling into strength. For example, say 20% at 2x, another 20% at 3x, another 20% at 5x. That way you are securing profits while also keeping the upside. But wait, here's the nuance. You can't just be getting these numbers and saying, all right, I bought it this time. I'm going to wait for a 2x. I'm going to wait for a 3x. I'm going to wait for a 5x. And this is what I'm going to do. It's not that simple. I mean, it's simple, but it's not that cut and dry is what I mean to say. You see, you can't just blindly wait for that 2x, 3x, and 5x and then start selling with those percentages. You also have to be waiting and watching for the signals, the macro signals in the market. If the macro signals are flashing before you hit those numbers, those targets, well, you must obey the macro signals before those price targets. The people that just have a look and they're aiming for those price targets and they're not paying attention to macro signals, those are the ones that lose as well. So you need to watch first the macro top signals. If macro top signals are flashing, such as Bitcoin dominance dropping under 40%, ETH BTC ratio surging, and the fear and greed index is topping out at 90 or something, you're in, euphoric, you're parabolic, you're in euphoria. You need to pay attention to that. You need to really start to, take out profits and pay attention to those macro signals when they're flashing like that. Even if your personal target has not hit, macro signals always win. This helps you play the market without the emotions getting in the way. Ignoring these signals and playing and, investing with your emotions, this is how people see life-changing gains turn into losers. They just end up losing the whole bag or round-tripping it. So number 3, manage your emotions and respect the buckets. The buckets. Yeah, the buckets. Okay. First, your emotions. Your emotions are your biggest enemy. They're your biggest enemy in a bull run. Greed says that it's going higher, it's going higher. FOMO whispers, what if I miss out? What if I miss out on this one? And perfectionism says, I'm going to wait until the perfect top. That's why I use the buckets, the bucket system. My green, yellow, and red bucket system. I teach this in great detail in the Crypto Wealth Playbook, but here's how it works. Your green bucket's kind of made up of 2, but number 1 is your anchor. You've got your anchor, Bitcoin and Ethereum, great anchors in crypto, but then it also holds some of the really, really, really solid core assets in crypto. They're more than just high conviction holds. They are really good cryptos. They've made it through every bear market, every bull market. They made it through the whole cycle and they continue to do very, very, very well. All right. You're not looking for huge life-changing gains on these ones anymore, but they are solid foundational cryptos, assets to be holding. That's your green bucket. The yellow bucket is your high conviction alts, whether they've been here for a while or they haven't been here for a while. These are altcoins that you have very high conviction in. They have great utility, great use case. So you have a very high conviction. They are cryptos that when they drop down 80, 90%, you've got such a high conviction, you're not crying, you're not whining, you're buying. You're buying more, you're filling your bag, and you know why you're holding these cryptos. The red bucket, this is your this is your moonshots. This is your high risk cryptos. Your new tokens that are gaming tokens or your meme tokens, right? These new ones, these new private sale, whatever it is, these are high risk tokens, high risk bets. And now, here's the rule on these. with the red bucket, what you want to be doing is you take profits early. You take profits early on these ones. As soon as you're really getting into profits, start pulling some profits out of this bag, out of this bucket early and often. The goal with this bucket, with the red bucket, is to remove your risk from this bucket, from the tokens that you're holding as soon as possible, so that even if the project dies tomorrow, you are in profit, you've got your risk out, it's all good, you're good to go. The yellow bucket, like I said, those ones you have high conviction in, you're holding those ones. However, during the bull run, during the, the phase of, you're getting up in there into the profit zones, when things are getting through, a lot of hype in the market, then you should be trimming on those aggressively during that time. Your anchors or your core foundation green bucket, well, those ones are long-term holds, right? But you can exit out of those ones slowly, very slowly is what you can do. And you could hold them for, you could hold them for multiple cycles if you want, but I prefer that I would, my plan and what I'm doing is I would probably, scale out a whole bunch of it, but slowly because of the green bucket. You got your green, you got your yellow, and then you've got your red. The different levels of risk determines how you're going to exit and take profits out of these. And in fact, here's a great strategy. While your red bucket is shooting up and it's pumping up and you're seeing lots of profits out of there, you skim your profits out of there and you stick it in, you rotate those profits into your yellow bucket, and then your yellow bucket into your green buckets. There's a pro tip for you. Don't let influencers that are screaming $500,000 Bitcoin or $1 million Bitcoin, $20,000, $30,000 Ethereum. Don't let that trick you into holding and keep on diamond holding right to the top until that number hits. That's exactly what happened last cycle. Now, I'm not saying that Ethereum's not going to 20K. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's not going to 500K, all right? I don't really believe that it's actually going to go there this cycle very shortly from now. I don't think so, all right? Same with Ethereum. Ethereum possibly, very possibly, it could go to 20K. Who knows? But hey, don't write that one down, all right? Actually, I don't really think it's going to 20K this cycle. I believe they're going there, but will they happen this cycle? I don't know. But even if it does, this is the key. Whether it does or not, you have already been taking profits and you can leave a moon bag in case it does. When influencers were talking about those numbers like that last cycle, hey, I paid the price, and so did many other people, many other beginners that got into crypto last cycle as well, ended up paying that price and round tripping. And lastly, here's a mindset warning on why macro signals matter much more than price targets. See, the market doesn't care. The market doesn't care about your personal price targets. If liquidity dries up and macro top signals are flashing, if retail mania is everywhere, that's when you start to sell. You start your selling when you see stuff like that happening. Whether or not the coin hit your personal price target. Because at the end of the day, it's not a matter of the coin hitting your personal price target or the exact top. It's about locking in profits, locking in life-changing gains before the market takes them away. Cool? Well, if you want to master taking profits and the detailed blueprint for doing this, I've got it all detailed in my Crypto Wealth Playbook. The playbook, the link is down below in the description if you're watching the video. If not, head on over to CryptoColin.com and grab the playbook. And if you found value at all in this content, you know what to do. You know what? I appreciate it if you did. Smash the like button, drop me a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. If you're not yet subscribed, well, click subscribe, click the bell so you're notified when the next video is here for you. And I've got another list of videos right here, a playlist that I believe you're going to find some great value in here as well. Head on over there, check it out. I'll see you over there. Bye for now.